is up, guys, and welcome back to another video, a donut mukbang. I have asked you guys on my Instagram if you have any questions for me for my upcoming Q&A on the other channel. And first up, thank you so much for having all these questions for me. I'm really looking forward to answering those, and the video should be up soon. But one question I got quite often was, how did I start YouTube? So I thought, you know what, I'm going to make this a mukbang and tell you and answer this question in more detail with more time than I would have in a regular Q&A. So here we are. We got some delicious looking donuts. I'm super excited. I'll introduce you to each flavor as we get to it. And yeah, I'll tell you how I started it. So before we start talking, we start eating. This one is a raspberry glazed donut. And that is fantastic. So in the year 2014, I had finished school just that summer, and I moved away to study abroad. And the time I was abroad, it was from September 2014 until June 2015. I was very, very lonely. And within a couple of months, I developed severe depression. And one of the things that happened was that I lost interest in everything. Like everything that I formerly enjoyed, I lost complete interest in. And that was also food. So the only thing that could really make me happy at the time, I used food as to trigger my brain's neurotransmitter to, the only time I would feel something, not necessarily happy, but something, was when I ate. So in order to achieve that feeling, I was restricting my eating and eating only little to have this maximum feeling of something. So I was with my depression, a symptom of it was an eating disorder that developed from that. So I was in a very bad place, and that was the worst I've ever been in December 2014. And after that, I talked to a psychologist and went regularly to take care of this mainly depression. It was I was never trying to lose weight or anything, but I was trying to feel something, because for those who had suffered from depression or still do, that not feeling anything is the worst. Something horrible could happen and I wouldn't be able to cry. It's I would be sitting there and I would be so devastated that I wouldn't feel anything. So 2015, mid of 2015, let's dive into the cotton candy one. The raspberry was fantastic, by the way. Very good, very, very good. I don't know why I have trouble speaking. So I was going into recovery from the eating disorder part, and I was on a really good way. 2015, beginning of 2016, I would say I was in a really good place in terms of, food and eating more. I was drifting a little bit into eating too healthy. And I was exercising, but I always have been exercising. Exercise was a big part of my life, always have been. I am a black belt in Taekwondo. I did horseback riding for 15 years. I played soccer. I did everything. And at the time when I was really doing bad, I didn't have the strength to do sports. So I was really happy when I gained that back. But I was still a little bit I was very insecure about myself, very low self-esteem. And always when things would spiral out of control in my life, I would step in and control the one part in my life that I could, that was food. So I used it as a tool, really, to punish myself, not to lose weight or anything like that. And my depression was still pretty bad. I was still battling that. And then towards the end of 2016, I had been watching a lot of YouTube videos and a lot of videos from Nate. And I thought Nate was so nice and his videos were so great. I didn't understand, like, he got a lot of hate and I was like, I don't know why that is. And yeah, we started randomly talking on Facebook. I have a story like how we met on the other channel. You can go check that video out. It's been out for some time. So yeah, if you want to know that, head that way. Really quickly, this is a apple caramel donut and that looks amazing. So fast forward 2016 October, I was doing good. I was just still abusing it as a tool, and also I ate enough, but only healthy stuff. Like, I would never allow myself a treat besides a, you know, piece of chocolate. I wouldn't necessarily look on like at the calories that much, but I wanted to eat as healthy as possible, I guess. So 2016, Nate and I hit it off. I flew to Miami to meet him for the first time. It was crazy. And he had been doing those videos and he really loved food. And that was very inspiring to me at the time because he's fit, but also he can enjoy food. So I decided in early 2017 that I will try a cheat day just to combat my irrational fear of these foods. And it was very empowering because I was like, you know, the control thing, I was able to let go. And my first cheat day was in Germany with my brother. We went to McDonald's, we had slices of bread and everything. And the first film cheat day was March 2017 with Nate. And the first thing that was the first time I ever tried donuts, by the way. And those cheat days, I did them once a week. And sometimes when I would feel extra hungry, I'd have one midweek as well, because I did gain weight back, but I could still do a couple of pounds to at least reach the healthy range at the time. So these cheat days really helped me to become more flexible with food in general. I went to visit Nate in America and he's like, why don't you just film one? I'm like, really? Why? Because I was just doing that for fun for myself. But then I said, okay. I filmed, I watched him edit a lot. I loved editing, always had. When I was younger, like 15 with my friends, we would shoot videos and I edit them and I'd love it. So I actually was able to use his equipment, film a video, edit it on his computer, and I was like, yeah, you know, whatever. He's like, you know what, I'm gonna upload that on my channel. I'm like, no, you don't have to do that, it's okay, it was just fun to do it once. But he did, and people really liked that video. So Nate said, why don't you make a channel? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, make a channel. So I made a channel. Really, people loved the videos and I was like, oh my god, that's awesome. And I was really enjoying filming and editing and exploring foods at the same time. So I was like, you know what? I'll keep this up. This is so much fun to do. This is key lime with berry sauce. And my chocolate. Delicious. Anyways. So 2017 was really the year where it all started, and because YouTube kind of not forced me but kept me on track making those videos, that also really helped my development with, you know, food and my body. Because of course, doing cheat days regularly, I finally gained the weight I needed to gain. And that was difficult at times to come to terms with. And I really learned it the hard way, because people called me fat. You become fat, all those cheat days, you can see them. And it was kind of, you know, tough, but also a very good lesson to learn. Because that's something you always encounter in life. So YouTube really helped me to become more and more flexible with food. Like, I do those cheat days today, but I can easily switch between cheat days and then not cheat days and eating regularly or normal, like more. I don't know how you would say it. Because obviously you have to balance it out a little bit if you have cheat days, and then you can't like have a cheat day every day. I mean, you can if you want, but I wanted to stay in shape. So yeah, I also, the food, the excessive food and the weight I gained, I was finally able to gain some muscle mass, because I'm a heart gainer. So putting on lean muscle mass is really hard. So with the extra weight, I finally was able to notice some body composition changes. And oh, I'm hot. Delicious. This one is a mango cheesecake. But yeah, so I kept uploading videos because I really enjoyed them, and it was really fun to share my love for food with the world. And I'm super grateful because besides Nate, I met a lot of amazing people over YouTube that I would have probably never met. And I found friends across the globe. My friend Carmen, she's actually, I want to say, a fashion model on Instagram. She's the cutest and sweetest girl, and I was able to meet her in London, and all these amazing things. And interact with you guys. So that's really how everything started. And really brief note, this whole social media being in public, also, it was challenging at times, but I want to say it really helped me build character. Because, for example, if people say nasty stuff about you, it's something outside of your control. And YouTube really taught me to, instead of for control reverting to restricting food, I was able to deal with my anxieties in another better way for myself, which again, I don't know how long that would have taken to learn for me if I didn't learn it the hard way. And the last thing I want to touch on is how, if you want to start YouTube, how to start. So this is guava and cheese really quickly, by the way. So tip number one, just do it, start it. This is the most important step. Like, if you don't start, you never is anything gonna happen. The second one is, besides start today, is you don't need top equipment. You can film with your phones. Phones are so good. Some big YouTubers still film with their phones or are never going to change to a camera. So it's just really about putting content out you enjoy. Because if you enjoy your content, people will notice that and will enjoy your content as well. So don't put it off. Don't blame the equipment. Really, the most basic equipment is fine. And just have the courage to put yourself out there. This is really important. And then don't be discouraged if people say something negative in the beginning. It's like the internet, people tend to do that, bring others down, but really what you gotta do is, as long as you're not a murderer or something, you didn't do anything wrong, so don't listen to those people. It's mostly just to discourage you. So keep doing what you love, and I promise you, you will be successful. Okay, that was fantastic. Other than that, the Q&A is gonna come on the other channel, and I'm quick referring to the depression I was talking about earlier. I still, like, the only thing that's left over from my worst days is really depression and anxiety. So I'm actually doing really well coping with those. I'm learning techniques and all this stuff. So I'm actually doing pretty good. You know, it's sometimes you have bad days and then you get really down on yourself for having bad days, but you just gotta embrace those days as well, because that's just part of how it is when you're coming out of like mental health disorder. So yeah, I'm doing good. Learn some techniques to breathe slowly and to not let the fear rise too much. And yeah, anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope that was insightful, and yeah, I love you guys so much, and I see you in the next one. Bye bye.